The Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 and the iPhone Air are more similar than you think. I know these are two different devices. One is a standalone phone, the other is a foldable. But what both companies have done here is made a lot of compromises to give the end user a wonderful experience. And what I mean by the experience of these devices is just their day-to-day usability. Whether it's the Galaxy Z Fold 7, it's a folding phone. It had to make a lot of compromises to achieve this really thin and comfortable experience. Like, you really have to experience this device for yourself and you'll understand why compromises were made. I'm all in favor of devices getting thinner. I know everybody says that who was asking for thinner devices and we need this out of a device and that out of a device. I value that day-to-day experience. And if you just simply, you know how we do the phone gymnastics with our hands? If you simply just put your hand over the hand in your phone and just move your phone around like this, you're going to know exactly why you get that pain right here with the heftier devices. And this iPhone Air also made a bunch of compromises. Doesn't have a bunch of cameras, doesn't have so many things, but what it has is that user experience. And while a lot of people spend time talking trash to each other over, oh, the Samsung camera is better or the iPhone camera is better, these two companies are leveraging each other's strengths. For example, the iPhone Air has the Samsung OLED display panel. And when this becomes the foldable, hence the reason why I'm even comparing the two, it's going to be a Samsung display because, well, Apple hasn't done a folding display. Samsung, on the other hand, has years of experience with folding displays. And this by far was the best display that they made so far simply because of just the physics involved with just making a phone so thin, yet giving it this beautiful folding experience that, like I said before, you really have to experience for yourself. I mean, just take one look at this gorgeous display. Having this in the palm of your hands while also having a comfortable experience, I think that's what the end goal was here. Just going for a good experience that not only is great unfolded, but when this phone is folded, by them just making it a little bit wider than previous generations, made that day-to-day experience of using this as a phone first an amazing one. You won't see any other Galaxy phone on my channel, and that's not because they're not good enough or I don't like them, but being an Apple user, it didn't give me anything that was new, that was fresh, that could open my eyes to a different perspective. Because any previous foldable of Samsung's that I used before just didn't give me that comfortable phone first experience. Like, you're going to be using a foldable as a standard phone most of the time. It's only when you sit down or when you quickly need to do that one thing that comes up or something, right? That you unfold it and take advantage of this display. Now, this device honestly recently has been shelved for a lot of days because of the iPhone 17 models and all the videos I'm making on this channel about them and everything. But you have to check this device out if you're looking at a foldable. And even if you don't buy this one, the cool thing is this is a preview of Apple's foldable. Now, it may look different, the camera layout might be different, the materials or whatever Apple decides to do, that might be different, but it's going to have a Samsung display. And it's going to really be interesting what they do with multitasking. Simply because one great thing that I really loved on the Galaxy Z Fold 7, and I still love it, is the fact that multitasking is just such a breeze. Over here, you've got iOS 26, and I don't know how they're going to implement that when it comes to a foldable. This is all stuff that we've yet to even see. But just given how great this experience is of this like single device, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a good one. And if you're somebody that's on Android, you got to give the Galaxy Z Fold 7 a shot if you haven't done so already. And then on the flip side, if you're an iPhone Air user or you're looking at the Air or maybe you're waiting for the foldable, well, you pretty much have a preview of it with the Galaxy Z Fold 7. Now, both of these devices are also similar in the sense of just the criticism that they received. For example, a lot of people are like, if it's $2,000, it should have three amazing cameras just like the flagship. And I guess one could argue that, yeah, maybe so. But given the kind of user I am, one wide camera that is good and solid, that's all I need. And so if I look at the $2,000 price point, I look at it in the grand scheme of things, of the experience that this device is providing me on a day to day basis. Given how thin it is, I don't mind that it doesn't charge fast. Did I have to charge this on days where I use it a lot? Absolutely. But did I mind that? Not one bit, because of just the value you get out of that experience. And likewise is the case here. So many different criticisms, whether it's a single camera or whether it's the off-center USB-C port. Doesn't make a difference to the device, but it's there. But here again, it's just that day-to-day experience that is so valuable and is not going to be valuable to everyone. But to me, it makes all the difference. I'm actually in favor of devices getting thinner. I always saw that as the future. Like, just imagine, like, every screen we use, every computer we use is just like ultra thin, but amazing at the same time. As battery tech that is evolving constantly day by day makes it to powerhouses like Apple and Samsung and they begin implementing it, that is just going to change the game forever. So I personally really have, if I look back at this year, I've really enjoyed these two devices for one thing, the experience that they provide. With the foldable, it was like whether I'm using it as just a standard smartphone or I'm using it unfolded, it just gave me like the perfect two-in-one balance and allowed me at any given moment to just unfold into a new world. And with the iPhone Air, you have a single display that's large, that's comfortable, that's beautiful, and made by Samsung. And you know what? Like these two devices, because of how wonderful they are at what they do, they've brought up a new question in my mind. Would you go for a single large device that's half of a foldable, or would you go for a foldable? We'll talk about this in the next video. If you found this to be just a fun conversation, that's all I was aiming for. I hope you found value here. If you did, just give me a thumbs up so more people can find this video. And comment down below, like share your thoughts. Like, have you used the Galaxy Z Fold 7? Are you looking at the iPhone Air? Whatever it is, share it down below. I'd love to hear from you. And most importantly, take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video.